kids, do you like archaeology?
What's archaeology?
Archaeology is the study of material culture from the past.
So you like find Atlantis?
No, we find real places and collect data on them.
Like, do you go and like dig up bodies?
No, that's super illegal. We don't talk about that.
So you're not grave diggers, and what do you actually do?
So what we actually do is collect sound data using GIS, which is Geographical Information Systems, and decide first of all where you want to dig. You get the permits to find out where, if it's legal to dig where you want to discover things, and then you start an archaeological process.
So like anyone can be an archaeologist?
Well, you do have to have proper permits, but anyone can train to be an archaeologist.
I see.
Yeah.
You know, I found an article and stuff that says that Camelot's real. Like, they found it.
So that's probably a case of confirmation bias. Do you know what that is?
Absolutely not.
So confirmation bias is going out of your way to find something that you are looking for, rather than searching and then finding.
I mean, if you're going out there looking for it, it makes sense that you find it.
Exactly. You know a little bit about King Arthur?
I know he was a king, and his name was Arthur.
Did you know he's not actually real?
You can't prove that.
We can actually, though. There's no actual data to back it up. So there's people who we think is King Arthur, such as the Roman officer Lucius Castus, because we found engraved on his tomb, essentially a sarcophagus, the story of King Arthur, and people loved the idea of King Arthur, so they portrayed it as Lucius.
Hold on, go back to the sarcophagus thing. Was the sarcophagus, was this dude like a pharaoh? I thought sarcophagi were like only in like Egypt.
No, so sarcophagus is just another name for a resting place of someone.
Okay.
Yeah, often used in referral to Egypt and Egyptology type things, but not exclusively in that.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah. So a little bit about this Roman officer, Lucius. He was a famed officer who often carried around a magnificent sword. He had amazing sword fighting skills, and so that is why he's portrayed as King Arthur.
So the bare minimum requirement for King Arthur back then was just you can wield a sword and look cool doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. So even though King Arthur wasn't real, people would say, oh, this guy's King Arthur because he's so good at wielding a sword.
That really puts a bummer on the myth of King Arthur. Man, it was fake. Was Camelot even real?
Nope, unfortunately it wasn't. That was the Castle of Cadbury, which also was portrayed as actually King Arthur.
What would be the point of like making up this story about this guy who never existed in this fancy British land?
So just like myth stories we read today, it was to bring hope to people, just like you would watch a Disney princess film and feel like you were in a magical kingdom and you had so much hope. It's the same thing.
So it was basically to be like, hoorah, English monarchy, good. They are King Arthur.
Yes, exactly.
Just like
Introducing Arthur Pendragon, ruler of Camelot. The Lady of the Lake, holder of Excalibur. Merlin, master of magic. And some knight, a quite average fellow.
King Arthur! King Arthur!
Halt! Who goes there?
It is me. I'm an interviewer.
State your purpose.
To interview you
For what reasons?
about your life.
Very well.
Okay. Where was Camelot?
I believe it was in the Cadbury Hills of England, but it's been so long since I've been alive that I do not know.
Where did you find Excalibur?
In a lake, I think. It had been so long.
Was there someone holding the sword?
Ah, yes, the Lady of the Lake. She held dominion over it, and through it, I was able to claim all of Camelot and bring it into glorious history.
King Arthur, the lady of the lake is nearby. We must prepare for your ascension.
And what ascension do you speak of?
We must find the sword of the lake, and thus your heir to Camelot will begin.
Okay. Sword. Help in the fight against Morgana.
Yes, the sword is your rite of passage, King Arthur. It is the only way to defeat Lady Morgana's magic in the art. Yes, the art of magic. For you do not have the potential to use magic, my lord. I am sorry for this, but you must have the sword to counteract her dark magic and complete your heir to the throne of Camelot, my liege.
To kill her?
Yes, you must have to kill her. She has gone to the dark side. I am sorry about Morgana. For you must kill her in order to save Camelot from the evil within itself. It is like a fester, corrupted from the inside. The politics of itself are no more. So you must cleanse it with the sword.
And this Lady of the Lake has held this all along.
Yes, for thousands of years, Camelot has been under the protection of the Lady of the Lake. And thus, whoever chooses the sword chooses the soldier, Arthur, not the other way around. And thus, I am certain you will have the power to claim the sword from the hag.
We shall see.
Yes, indeed, my lord. King Arthur, we have arrived. The Lady of the Lake is ahead of you. The rest is up to you. I am the guide. You must claim the sword for your ancestry. I must stay here.
Greetings, Lady of the Lake. My name is Arthur Pendragon, son of Uther Pendragon. I am here for Excalibur.
Huh. Alright. You gonna get rid of magic for me?
Yes.
Alright, here you go. Here, Excalibur.
Thank you, my lady. I will carry it with honor. I appreciate you, my lady.
Sounds good.
Did archaeology exist at your time?
What is this archaeology you speak of? Is it witchcraft?
No? Like looking for artifacts.
Ah, yes. The church did come through and take our things.
Well, were they buried?
Some were. Some will be.
Do you have any family alive?
I mean, my son, Mordred. I have no idea where he is. His descendants, maybe. But I don't think anyone has claimed that title for centuries now.
Not in 2022?
I'm not from 2022.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
Camelot was an idea. It was not supposed to be a place. It would exist long after I was gone, to help people prosper. Arthur is not necessary for Camelot to exist.
Who wrote your story?
I believe it was a man named John Leland, but it might have also been Sir Thomas Mallory, Le Mot de Arthur. Other than that, I don't know.
Good to know, thank you.
You are welcome.
Have a nice day, Mr. Keene.
That's like totally real, right?
No, it's actually not. It was written by Thomas Mallory. Well, most versions today are based on the Thomas Mallory version of the written story.
I'm fairly sure it's real. I mean, like, the Queen of England, like, she's a descendant of Arthur. And, like, she rules over Camelot.
Nope, it's a myth, actually.
How do you know it's a myth?
Well, because we don't have any data to back up that it's real.
But isn't, like, Camelot, like, based in, like, Wales or, like, this other place?
No, it's written from England, based in England, but it's totally a story, meant to project hope on its people.
How do you know it's just a story? If you found no proof, you have found nothing against it.
This is true, but we need proof in order to show that it was actually a real place. Many versions think that Camelot originated in Cadbury, which is a castle, but there's no proof that it actually was.
So you're telling me Camelot's based off of an egg, and it doesn't exist?
It's not based off of an egg, but it also doesn't exist, yes. Cadbury is a castle.
But what about Arthur? He was real. He wielded Excalibur.
Nope. people think that there were writings based on a person, but King Arthur never actually existed.
But wasn't he like a chieftain that existed?
No. People associate names with King Arthur, but he didn't physically exist.
Whack.
Yeah.
Merlin!
What do you want this time?
I have questions for you.
About who?
You
What
must answer!
What are they?
Okay, so I'm interviewing about King Arthur. But also, where did you get your magic from?
Long time ago today, when men barely walked the earth, a dragon descended upon me and said I must save King Arthur in order for Camelot to be saved. Dragon gave me powers.
What dragon?
What's it with the dragon?
Interesting. What type of magic did you learn with this dragon?
I learned a variety of magic. Some of it was healing, some of it was curses. Magic of all. I have only supposed to use it for good, but sometimes for evil.
You say you used your powers for good and evil, but can you give me specific instances of how you used your magic?
Oh, exactly. Just grab one of these. Do this. There you go. Purple medicine. Just ground it up with your teeth and just spit out a little gunk and put it on the wound. Good as new. People thought it was weird because they didn't really understand my magic. I wasn't crazy though, I promise.
I'll be the judge of that.
No, what are you doing? You don't understand the powers in your hands.
Hey, I'm an interviewer. I can cover you.
No!
Hey, I'm an interviewer. I have questions for you. Oh.
Oh my god! Behold, Camelot!
What makes you think this is Camelot?
Mediterranean pottery? Timber?
Well, do you have other contacts? Pottery, timber, but this doesn't. You need more evidence.
What evidence? This is all we need. People were here. It was
Well, yeah.
Camelot.
Well, people might have been here, but that doesn't mean it's Camelot.
So you're saying it could be Atlantis?
No. You need research. You have to do research. And also, you can't just pick up artifacts off the ground. You're destroying their context. No, you can't do that either.
Pottery. Mediterranean. Camelot.
But that doesn't make it.
I think it does.
We need to get actual archaeologists out here. Because you just ruined the context.
It's been here for how long now? It can go a couple, like 20, 30 more minutes.
30 more minutes.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Okay, well, actual archaeology, though, needs research and data. You can't just say because you found Mediterranean
But like,
pots.
this is technically research. I found it.
Well, actual research requires you to write stuff down, though. And you have to dig and stuff, legally. You can't just go out and dig stuff.
Well, like, how am I supposed to do that?
Go find your local archaeologist. They'll help you.
Huh. Swag.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
So, what were we talking about last? Confirmation bias?
I think so.
Okay, so confirmation bias is often used in pseudoscience. Did you know that?
What is pseudoscience?
So pseudoscience is poser science, also known as science that most professionals disagree with,
Why would they disagree with it?
because it's essentially lies and gossip.
Why would someone like purposely lie about science? Like, what purpose would you have in doing that?
Fame and fortune. Often pseudoscientists write books, and people believe the books because they won't go and fact check, so people take it as fact.
So people claim Camelot is real for clout?
Yes.
Well, like, how do I, as like someone who has no idea about these sort of things, how do I tell if these people are lying to me or not? I'm not knowledgeable in the field.
So often you will need to use scientific literacy to determine what is real and what is fake.
What's that?
So scientific literacy is the idea to understand complex ideas about the world around you. So this ability, scientific literacy, is usually used in like writing papers and that kind of thing. You can often use Google Scholar to fact check, essentially.
So it's basically just making sure like I don't get everything from the same source and making sure like the sources like I do have are credible and aren't just crazy teenagers on the internet.
Exactly. Twitter is often not very good science.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Camelot.
Camelot.
It's only a picture.
Shh.